The Nigerian Biafra War, which began in July 6, 1969 and ended in January 15, 1970, may have succeeded in keeping the four regions of the North, South, East and West together. But the big question is, after 50 years of Nigerian civil war, is Nigeria truly won? During the 2.5 years of the war, there were about 100,000 overall military casualties, while between 500,000 and 2 million Biafran civilians were reported dead of starvation. 50 years after the end of the civil war, what lessons have been learned as a nation? It appears not much. At the end of the war in January 15, 1970, when the remains of the Biafran High Command, Philip Effiong, surrendered to the federal forces under the headship of General Yakubu Gowon, and his declaration of no victor, no vanquish, sad to say, 50 years after, it has become evident that the proclamation of no victor, no vanquish, issued in 1970, has not seen the light of day, as agitations have continued to shake the unity of the country.
Nigeria is not united after 50 years. I could recall vividly that the war ended January 15, 1970. With the indices of what we have right now, the wounds of the war is still there with us.
It's not that maybe Nigeria is divided. Nigeria is united already. It's just that these politicians, you understand, the way they play their game, you understand, they come into religion, all this tribe, ethnicity to cause more commotion.
50 years on, the debate is still intense whether the war was necessary and if the region that became known as Biafra had a moral right to secede. Today, many Igbos and other minorities in the country believe that there are and have been politically and economically marginalized. For instance, among other agitation is seen when the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, in May 2018 ordered a sit-at-home in the 5 southern states of Nigeria to commemorate the anniversary of the Nigerian Civil War, in which Biafra attempted to secede, further showing that the wounds inflicted on them is far from being healed. As the country marks the 50th anniversary of the end of the Nigerian Biafra War on January 15, 2020, it is pertinent for the Nigerian government to address the contending issues and agitation clamored by the different regions of the country and avoid the manipulation of our fault lines that led to the last civil war and a repeat of sin.
Igbos are feeling bad because if you go to their states, or the southeast states, they are not enjoying the benefit, the gain of this country.
Until we begin to tell ourselves the truth, this country called Nigeria, we are just sitting in a keg of gunpowder. Until we begin to address the issue, that issue of civil war is still living with us.
The government needs to address the concerns and grievances of the different ethnic groups through dialogue to ensure that the country remains a strong and united state. Samuel Akpan, TVN News.